Okay, moving on to our last one. No, not our last one. Last one, and then mine. But our last submitted shots for this week, week 6, choosing your manual settings. Boom, engage. Krista Kruger, welcome back. Thank you for jumping back into the challenge. So welcome to have you here. So shooting in full manual mode for this week's challenge. I thought you are you a stranger to shooting manual? Because I could have sworn that you have before. I want to know more about how you prefer to be, how you used to prefer to take shots in the past, and if shooting manual is new for you. But you've also got some notes. This was an adventure. I was lucky to be able to clue into the 7D's light meter for helpful hints after the first garbage bin shots. Over here, I'm reasonably happy with how they turned out, but without the hints, I'm not sure how I would do so well. I'd be lost in the film days. Of course, with film, it gives some brilliant effects. All the shots were my first try, with the exception of the school door. I composed the first one horribly and really dark, so I cheated on that one. No, I want to see the dark one. That was the challenge, but I'll take a look at that one. So this one, okay? Oh, wicked! Started my manual mode adventure today. Third one was best. Thank you. This is awesome. I love that you sent all three. So you took one shot, like you took one shot, adjusted and got this, and then adjusted and got this? Or it looks like what you actually did here was you shot bracketed, which for the uninitiated is when you can set your camera to shoot at different exposures. It'll shoot it at the settings you've got, and then it will shoot. It'll take another 2 shots, one under, one over. So one, you can set how high and low you want them to go, but the idea is that you then get 3 shots. At different exposures, one on the lower side, one on the higher side, and one right in the middle, so that if you're unsure, then you can shoot bracketed, and hopefully one of those 3 will be properly exposed. You can choose which one you want. So if you're a little bit off on your settings, that's a way to, if you shoot bracketed, to save your ass later, to make sure that you do indeed get something that was properly exposed. So it looks like that's what you've done here, Chris. I'm going to guess that you did shoot bracketed, and so these were the settings. This one in the middle, ISO 100, f4, 1/500 are the settings that you plugged in, and then your camera shot bracketed for 1/125 and 1/800. So if I were to assume that these are the settings that you got, this looks, that looks like the proper exposure right there. Boom. Because this one is obviously, the 1/125 is obviously too bright, and the 1/800 is a little bit too on the dark side. So this one is perfectly exposed. Boom. Got it. Awesome. And where are all your settings? It's not showing. What camera did you shoot with? Krista, let me know what camera you were shooting this with, because your settings aren't popping up for some reason. I know this is likely with the DSLR, so I don't know. Sometimes Flickr does this. It hides the settings on me, so I just want to know what you're shooting with. Okay, never mind. 7D. Duh, and you did tell me in the notes. Okay, so you're shooting with a 7D 50mm. Awesome. This is my favorite picture from today, although I really don't like the line created from the grass and walking behind. I suppose taking a little bit more time and composing it better would have made this a better shot. Okay, pylon. Is this a properly exposed shot? Yes. Yes. It's taken at an early or late part of the day, so the time when the sun is completely coming from the side, creating long shadows. So it's tough to expose for that, because you don't want the shadowed area to get too dark, but you don't want to overexpose for, if this were a subject, this side of their face. So yes, you balance the exposure out pretty damn well with this one. Good job. It's shooting at 1.4. Whoa, all the way open. And as for composition, what were you talking about here? I don't like the line created from the grass and walking behind. So, like this line here. Okay, because I think it's pretty safe. And you're shooting at 1.4. It's coming out as a blurry background there. So it's, I think it's fine. If there was nothing back there, it might be too bland. So don't beat yourself up about that one. Okay, just walk, and you black and whited this one, which looks pretty damn well for that. I'm not sure about the cropping. You cropped. And other than the color conversion and slight contrast adjustments, it is as it was, a little overexposed. Okay, but looking at this, and you did adjust the contrast, so I'm just going to try and take that into account. Is it overexposed? Maybe, perhaps so. I would say no, actually. No, not really. Maybe a bit. Maybe just a bit. Because I'm trying to find the darkest part of the image here. And there's the darkest part here. Yeah, so just in these little shadowed parts, there is a darker part. So you could have afforded to go a little bit under. But was it overexposed? Yeah, not really. Because you still got all this nice, lovely, lovely texture of the pipe here, and the lovely dirty texture of the button, and this one's fine. Trust me, I like it. It's good. Try not. You black and white it. You add some contrast. That's fine. Just a little bit. It's okay. You say you cropped it. Why did you crop it? I'm wondering. I'm curious what your framing was before, because there's just not enough room at the top here is all I would say. So if you did crop, if you lost the top here, then I'd bring that back. Unless you're cutting something out. But and also it's a little bit. No, it is perfect. No, it's perfectly aligned. It's fine. I thought it was maybe a little bit off, but it's fine. So yeah, don't crop. You can crop if you want. I try not to. There's a comment about cropping, I think, in Kim's challenge or one of the previous challenges, so don't worry about it too much. But I prefer if you didn't. Okay, red door. St. Peter's School, another dreadfully boring shot. Thank goodness for contrast and saturation adjustments to punch it up a bit. You are adjusting a little bit, which is okay. Okay, so this one here, is it properly exposed? Yeah, it's a little on the underside. Just a little bit on the underside. Is it a boring shot? Yeah, it's a shot of a door. But for the purposes of this week, for the purpose of this week's challenge, is it properly exposed? It's a little bit on the underside, and you can see because a large part of this image is actually dark. It looks like it's in a covered spot. All the indoor looking through the windows here, everything is nice and dark. So you could have afforded to let a little bit more light into the camera. So you're at f10. Okay, so and there isn't much depth to this at all either. So you definitely could have afforded to open that f-stop a couple more times. So there is that. Moving on. Fenced, shooting completely manual. I wish there was a better selection of scenery though. Spring needs to come faster. Yes, it does, because the challenges are going to be great outdoors. I'm saving some delicious challenges for when spring gets here and gets outside, and we can get outside and shoot more, because God, that's gonna be fun. There'll be tons of more stuff to shoot, in my opinion. I really look forward to shooting in spring. It's gonna be awesome. So what do we got here? Fenced. Okay, fence post probably exposed. Yes, it is definitely. Good on you. You have to look at what your light meter is telling you, and look at your scene, and judge for yourself. Is the light meter right? Because again, looking at this, the light meter may say, "Oh no, you're overexposed," because you're getting the light of the sky and some of the ground and whatnot, and it would freak out about that. But you have to take into account, take the information, take what your light meter is telling you, and don't go straight off of that and say, "Oh, it says that I'm over, so I must be over." No. Take what it's telling you and think, okay, well, it says I'm over, but my scene consists of all this white, so I think I'm fine. So you just have to take the information in, and you yourself make a decision and be confident in that decision. So this here, properly exposed. Is it a fence post? Yep, it is. Shot it at 3.2, so everything's nice and blurry, and it looks like you're canted a little bit to the right. But other than that, yep, it's a fence post. Awesome. Thank you so very much, Krista, for joining in this week. Lovely to have you back, and I can't wait to have you back next week.